All right, so me and Monty are going to go visit Karen and Johnny. They are our guest appearance in the Media Mind podcast today. Live broadcast, and it's going to be from their live media truck.
This is going to be exciting, isn't it, Rob?
Oh, yeah. It's a neat little invention that Johnny made. A little mobile broadcasting bus.
Okay, so here we are outside of Beckendorf Conference Center, and we're heading to the media mobile truck, and we're heading that way right now. So this is going to be very cool. It's a great day to do this outside. Weather's nice. I think the only day this week the weather's going to be like this, huh, Rob?
Mm-hmm. Thankfully on a nice, gorgeous spring day. None of the rain to scare away any of the students, and hopefully get some nice scenery and good shots for this.
Yeah, we're going to walk around the mobile truck here, so we're going to switch it around. So check this out. This is an awesome truck. Kind of do a little walk around, see what it looks like.
Got like a gaming table in there, like streaming podcasting setup.
Right. It's very cool.
Acoustic foam.
I'm gonna just walk around the side of it and look at it.
Yeah.
But check this out. This is very cool.
That's very cool.
So if you ever see this truck on the road, you'll know that they're getting ready to go to an event at some time or set up a podcast. Okay, so I'm heading in there myself. Boy, is this gonna be really cool. Awesome. Very cool. Let's check this out.
The main cell phone right here.
Here's their control area, which is awesome. The backside. There we go. So if you get a chance, watch our podcast on our Multimedia Services Facebook page. You can also, we'll have links to Instagram and also Twitter.
Alrighty, we are live with Media Mind here, live at the Tomball campus. So Monty, I'm excited to do this because it's been a long time since we did a live broadcast.
I know, and it's been a long time since I've been involved in one, so.
I'd like to welcome Karen Vegas, Sales and Marketing Director, and Johnny Valadares, Operations Manager of Media Market Connections. He is doing the switchboard behind the cameras today, and along with Monty Darlin, our Manager of Multimedia Services here at the LSC Tomball campus.
Hello, everyone.
We are very glad to have y'all on campus today. There's also a very gorgeous day. We were having crappy weather all week, and now it looks gorgeous today.
I gotta stop looking at the camera.
And when did y'all start this business? It seems fairly new.
It is pretty new. So Media Market Connections started in November actually last year. So we opened our doors on November 11th of 2021. We've been in business 3 months. So far it's been very interesting. People find our place to be innovative for sure. They're seem to be very excited to work with us because it is an easy setup, and it's an easy way to work, to create content, and that's what we want to. We want to be a vehicle to these people that need this content for their businesses, and just have these tools available for them to make it easier on them.
Yeah, I could definitely see the business growing really fast, like the snowball rolling really quickly, especially when you get the right the niche going, especially from at sporting events or gaming events. I feel like those would be would be the places.
It definitely would. I got a question for you. What kind of a background did you have before leading into this? What kind of your experience and everything, and you decided that you wanted to go this route? What kind of area did you come from in order to be able to do this?
So I went to UT. I have a psychology background.
Wonderful.
And I've been in sales for years.
Mm-hmm.
I actually came across this business because the company that I was working from before was managing this project, and they assigned me to the development of it, and I fell in love with it. So I kind of stayed and became part of the marketing and sales team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's your background, is marketing and sales.
Yeah.
Which that's a great background, background is to have, that you can go into different areas, especially social media and all that has really been taken by the storm. Of course, video, we found that out, has been really popular for a lot of different reasons, especially in the educational industry.
Yeah,
So
you can know how to cook, but when you sit out there with all your cooking, how you gonna sell it? You'll just
I
be in the
know, right?
corner,
We need to do more cooking channels.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can work out a deal where we can actually film and video and do a actually cooking show or something like that. So
So your podcast live, recorded, or pretty much both? Got it recorded while live.
Yep, actually, we're doing that right now, so we can always go live. Some people find it a little bit intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that myself right now, but
yeah, I think we all can do it. I mean, except for Rob. Rob
Yeah,
is Mr.
The
Yeah.
butterflies from like being on Twitch and YouTube kind of like wear it off. There's some butterflies that appear from time to time, but it kind of wears off after you start.
Yeah, I just see good talent and say, hey, go do this. That's my job. So.
yeah, but we can do both definitely, and that's a great the magic behind this. I mean, there's so much that you can do with this content once you have it. You can go live, you can record it, and then you can take little pieces of what you do and create multiple content, like very short, and you adapt it to your channels, right? So we know that YouTuber is a platform for longer videos that people are able to engage for longer, but then you have Instagram that is only for like maybe 20 seconds the most, and then you can all this content that we create, then you have all this information that you can adapt to
Right.
what you need, right?
Hmm. So it seems like this was a kind of a huge undertaking. So how many employees jumped in to help you with this? Was it just the two of you or three of you?
So again, Joni, he is the mastermind behind all this creation, but we work a lot with contractors, and we go by projects a lot. So we can say that in house we have four people, always, like sales, operations, administration work, but as we grow, because again it's a new business,
Right.
we are pulling people to become part of the team, and we're always looking for professionals to be part of MMC.
So I remember like when we first met, y'all went to a event, podcast, a sporting event. How was that?
Which one?
The sporting event? I think it was the Dynamos, Houston Dynamos down
Oh,
Houston?
so we've actually covered a soccer game. It
Okay.
wasn't the Dynamo. It was a professional league that retired, and
Okay.
and they were getting back together and,
Yeah.
and playing again after a couple of years.
Mhm.
It was amazing. So we had the camera set up in the stadium. And then we have the coverage from the media room and also from the truck, and that was our very first experience
Mhm.
with, or my first experience as Media Market Connections, having something like that. And I can tell you, everyone was so happy with the product. They really liked how what we're creating here, people really can connect to it, because they feel that you're talking to them, and there's a little privacy that develops around the content, that people really like the product, the final product.
Yeah, people tend to get a little intimidated by large production companies that have 20 and 30 people walking around, and that just makes it very difficult to concentrate and
Yeah.
get your it's like, oh, this is intimidating. I don't know if I can do this or not. I
Mm.
mean,
And that's a great point, and thank you for bringing that up, because I can say that right now I think it's worth to say that it's just us having a conversation, and then we have Johnny in the operating right here next to us. We don't even notice he's there, and he's doing all the magic behind it. But for us, it's just sitting here and talking.
Mhm.
So that's the magic behind it, because for me, for example, I'm not from the industry.
Right.
It's become really easy for me to participate, even though I don't have the background. So everyone can do it.
and
Everyone can sit
what's
here.
really interesting is that not being part of the industry, you start getting acclimated to the industry by being involved with it
Exactly.
a lot, and you
Yeah.
start seeing the little niches and the little things that producers and directors start working with and things like that, and you start becoming, well, I mean, this is kind of a neat thing to do. We can do this, and
Exactly.
it's sometimes it's just a matter of jumping in the
It
water
is,
and getting your feet wet with it.
and sometimes you feel that somebody else has to do it because you don't have the skills, but the
Right.
truth is nobody knows your business more than than you.
Hmm.
I mean, there's nobody else better than you to explain it, so we provide that environment for you to feel comfortable and just do it, like you said, just be in front of the camera and start. And as it takes very little practice, the setting is so easy that you don't feel intimidated by it.
That's the biggest part of it, is getting people comfortable with them being recorded or filmed and things like that. I mean, I know from my experience, but I have people coming in, and are working with them, and especially if we're on site or on location, we talk to them for a little while before we even get started
Right.
and try to get them to feel comfortable, because we want the most natural
Exactly.
that they can offer us.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how the video is going to make it work, is to getting their natural responses and not being uptight or, robotic or anything like
Right.
that. So yeah, that's a secret to doing this and doing it successfully.
I agree. Yeah.
So you want to talk about the? Are you interested in recruiting people to assist you in your broadcasting and your
Definitely.
live streaming too? Tell
Yes.
us a little bit about that.
So, I came to Lone Star because I knew you had your studios and that you have the
Right.
career that has to do a lot with what we do. And one of our purposes as a business is to be a learning spot for colleges and other institutions, because we have a lot to put on the table for people who are in that industry, right? We have the latest technology, and we want to be like that place where we can welcome people to learn about how it works, but also be part of our team when we have projects, because our idea is to have projects all over, and we need hands.
Hmm.
um, Also, we have that co-working space that we're going to develop next month. So after graduating, or even as an internship, I think we have an opportunity here where you can be part of our co-working that includes hours as part of the membership, that you can utilize our studios just for being part of the co-working space.
We've had a numerous amount of students that have gone on to four-year institutions and also went into their own business. And I've got one that's become a doctorate. I've got another guy, he's up at Sam Houston, and he's doing internship and things like that. But we also have students that would like to be able to network with companies like yourself. And finding those and spending the time with those students is very, very difficult, because they're more concentrated on their products that they're putting out and things like that. So it makes it very hard to find companies that are willing to work with us in that capacity. And what we're all about in our department, multimedia services, is that we support and service and assist our campus as a whole.
Mhm.
And we also help with the systems office, which is our main office that oversees all the different campuses that we have. But we also work with the students that work with us. In return, I promise them that you work with me, you will have a portfolio, you will have a a sense of direction where you want to go, and you will also get recommendations. I mean, the one guy that we're talking about, he just wanted to learn, and he knew very little when I took him on as a work study. And he decided he wanted to go to Sam Houston State, and we went up there and took a tour up there, and I worked with some, because I graduated there and I'm with my master's there at Sam Houston State, and I talked to some of the faculty and found out that I could get him into a BFA program uh, rather than a BA program, because of what he's learned by being in
Wow.
our department. So just those things alone that to me is rewarding, to be able to see a student that knows very little about this kind of stuff, but has a drive and a desire. They've taken their smartphones around and done some things, and you can usually tell who's going to
Exactly.
do it, who's going to excel in it, and who's probably not. But if they're willing to do the work and work with us, we ended up sending multiple students to different campus, 4-year institutions and things like that. So, and we want to incorporate outside companies that are willing to work with us in that capacity. I mean, we're all about workforce here and working to get students out there in the job market and being successful. It makes us look good. It makes the businesses look good, and definitely it makes the students look good.
I remember from our previous conversation when you told me that your purpose is to just to teach them, but also give them experiences, right, before they
Exactly.
go out, and that's what we wanna integrate
Mhm.
with you guys. We want to be able to give them the experience they need, so they, when they're ready for the corporate or whatever route they want to go,
Sure.
they know,
Mhm.
they know from experience what they like and what they don't want to do.
Right.
So I think will be a great opportunity, like you said, for everyone. It's a win-win
Oh,
situation.
definitely. I believe it is.
And this industry, it's young, it changes very quickly, so we want to welcome these kids who are always learning new stuff to bring us that knowledge, and at the same time we can teach them what it's up there as far as technology
Hmm.
equipment, and having this guy right here,
Hmm.
Johnny,
Well,
as a mentor.
those experiences you can't take away. I mean, people that's been in
Exactly.
the industry for a long time. I talked to a guy, a lighting guy, for a commercial that was being done here on campus, and he's an experienced guy. He's been in the business for quite a while, and I was more interested in talking to him about what he's done, and things, because that old school idea never goes away.
Exactly.
It may change the direction and technology, but the thought
It's the
pattern is still there.
foundation. Yeah, it will always be the foundation, and there's
Exactly.
always something that you learn from that.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, I'm very excited to, start working that relationship. Rob right here, I think will be a great asset. Right
Oh
now,
yeah,
we're,
Rob.
yeah.
I think
So,
that Rob's going to see a good opportunity to do
Oh, I'm
some.
excited.
Yeah, I know. I know you are.
Definitely. Like I know. I'm pretty sure like when mentioned like the like snowballs rolling, but when students coming on by. But I wonder what happens like when we get like faculty members. Like I'll throw out Darrell. And I'm pretty sure
Oh,
like
Darrell would be
he
great with
loves doing
this.
Instagram stories and he'll do live streaming. So how would you go about like if one of our faculty members reached out to you and wanted to do like a weekly or monthly?
oh, that would be amazing. I
Okay.
mean, that's one of our targeted audiences. We want to have instructors, and it can be any industry. It doesn't really
Right.
have a set on what they need to teach, because if you take a look at our training room with that interactive screen, it makes you wanna teach. I mean, if you're an instructor, you want to use it. The tool is amazing, and that combined with that technology where you can have people sitting right there and you can have people join online,
Mhm.
and makes it really easy to follow that content that professor is teaching, and using that tool, it just makes it really really attractive for the students.
Well, that's one of the things. And as a an adjunct professor, I've taught classes for a long time. You try to look at that engaging process, and being able to connect with students in different capacities is a great thing to be able to do. We have what is called a learning glass that we use with our faculty to be able to do things right in front of the video as it's being recorded. If they're wanting to do equations or biology professors can use it, math professors, anyone that wants to incorporate that into their videos, and then we can actually go in and do the editing and things like that. So we've been working on incorporating those types of things with our faculty as well. We I'm anxious to actually I want to try your interactive room for doing my
Yeah,
class,
of
because I think
course.
that would be, matter of fact, I'm looking at teaching. I teach design, and so I'm wanting to do the Bauhaus session with that. I think that would be a great one to work
No,
on.
that'll be
Oh
amazing.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be looking at it till we get back from spring break. I think that that would be a great session to have. So I'm going to be hitting you up and say, hey, can we do
Sure.
that one?
Yeah, of
But
course.
I think that Rob's right that we've got several staff members and faculty members that do things, and probably we can't always accommodate certain situations, especially at times. So uh, we're and we're not looking to replace what we're doing. We're looking at how we can expand what we're doing and use you as a tool like anything else that's in our department. You know, it's like, you know, if you want to do something that's more, um, you know, has better capabilities or more flexibilities and things like that, we've got a resource for you.
Right.
So we want to be able to put that in our pocket of our tool belt and say, hey, this is a service that we can definitely point you to and see if this is something that you might want to look
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
So, and rather than us going out and spending $100,000 worth of equipment, it's already done, you know.
Hmm.
So
That's exactly how MMC wants to project itself.
Right.
It's just a vehicle with all the tools and the technology for, these situations that you can take advantage of.
so where do you see you going now? I mean, you've got your idea of what you started in November, and you kind of got an ongoing thing right now. But where do you see? Where's the future lie? Where's the direction? What's the next new big thing that you want to try to accomplish within this marketplace?
So we've discovered a couple of niche, markets that we can go for as far as corporate. Realtors is an industry that utilizes what we offer quite often. Again, education is a big one with all these tools, and I forgot to mention that as we go live with all the, like the graphic line that you see right here with my name and all that, that's being, is these are things that you get when you record and then post production will
Mhm.
do all that, right?
Hmm.
But here we're gonna get it live, there's no editing after. But when you have education and you have all these little things and gadgets, and then you can add um, interaction with those people that are connected online, it's just something that it's those little things that make you stand up and make you look better. So we're looking for um, people who really want to go that level up, that they know how it feels, they have done it with their equipment, and
Hmm.
now they're ready to go a little bit beyond what they already do, so to stand up to make the difference.
Yeah, and that's another thing too, because you know what we do is we try to teach people how to utilize. Matter of fact, we put out a video how to use your smartphone to
Hmm.
create video and audio uh, for.
That was during the
Yeah,
COVID.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was during the COVID time, and we actually stayed pretty busy during that time. We created projects so that way we could keep busy and keep things going. But what I see is that the sometimes when I hope I'm not losing my train of thought here, but uh, the integration and things like that of technologies that are current with where they're going to be going down the road. You know, what do you see technologies doing for you as it gets, you know?
Well, I mean, this thing with Facebook and the beta, and then all that. I think that's something big.
Mhm.
We've actually talked about how that's gonna take over at some point. That unrealistic reality that's
Yeah.
taking over.
Hmm.
We're actually
Um,
talking about that. That's part of our innovation and research. We're doing stuff with VR
right.
right that
So
too. So
that's gonna be a big influence,
Mhm.
right?
I think so.
But for media market connections, it's just I'll say that providing those tools again,
Mhm.
to companies, and it is always changing. It's always innovation out there, and that's why we want to keep in mind always education, and have those people who are just fresh out of the market to be part of our team,
Mhm.
because it's a good old combination in this industry when you have technology always changing, and You have, like you said, the foundation. That experience is always good to have, but also have that fresh uh, minds.
Exactly, exactly. And I'm all for that because I've seen where students have gotten, or even my own son, got the degrees and everything like that, but where he lacked was a job experience, and trying to get a job experience under his belt was very, very difficult. That was one of my uh, pushing points of putting this department together, was that, look, these guys, even though they're getting education, they need experience. They need to be out there and doing different things. And I think that most all of these guys can go and say, look, let me tell you about what I can do and what I know. And I think 9 times out of 10, I'll knock the socks off of most of these uh, directors and production managers that are out there, doing this stuff. So if not, that it should, because that's what our goal is to make these things very accessible. We have equipment, we have software, we have training tools and things like that that we want to share and make it work. And I think with working with you guys, and I think that's just another niche in our
Yeah.
uh, area of where we want to go. So we're always looking at what kind of growth plan we have. And um, education is hard to grow in sometimes because you deal with a lot of obstacles. But I think that if you can work within and work smart, you can pull things out that you never thought you could do.
Definitely.
And getting us out there, it was great because you came to us and we're out there. So evidently we're doing something right,
Right.
being able to get out there and let people see what we're doing and everything like
Yeah,
that.
and
And then you're going to do the same thing, because they're going to see what you're
Thank
doing,
you.
and they're going to be saying, wow, we need to figure out how to make this work.
Because the work study program is going to really help out, especially with more hands-on projects. I do want to give a shout out to like our like one of our work studies, because he didn't know anything about our previous work study. He didn't know
Right.
anything about video editing at all, and he wanted to really get into it. He loves like comic books, and he loves superhero movies. He was watching those, and he really wanted to do that, and he was trying to get into YouTube. And so he was with us for 2 years, and he just learned the Adobe products very efficiently. He learned
Motion
camera
graphics.
techniques.
He was our motion graphics guy.
Oh wow.
And then now he's moved on. He's moved on to create his own little wedding company. Yeah, he and his spouse are creating their own little wedding. They've been traveling around the states just because our studio was able to give them just 2 years of experience.
That's an amazing story.
And
Yeah.
like, those are
Definitely.
good stories to have. So,
Yeah.
but I know I'm looking at questions that I think we
Covered everything, yeah.
Covered, yeah. Doing podcasts are always fun. Doing them
Mhm.
live is like when you're being recorded. Go, wow, I don't want to do this. But I'm gonna pass it on to Rob, because he's good at this kind of stuff, and let him go ahead and finalize all of this.
I was gonna say, like with podcasting, yeah, it does. The setting up does take quite a bit of time, but like after you're done, you don't have to worry about a lot of posts. It's nice that you just like when you see the finished video, it's like, oh, it's all right there.
Yeah.
The lower thirds, the icon, everything.
It's all done.
Yeah, I like that. That's a great
So
thing.
it definitely cuts out like a lot of time. It saves a lot of that time too.
Yeah, the simplicity of it. It's the good thing about this setting.
All right. I thank you so much for you and Karen and Johnny for y'all to come out, talk with us, and share what your company and business does for us and what you can possibly do for the work studies. And we really we're going to try to look for work studies to come, help you out and help us out as well. And thank you for being so much for bringing your mobile truck here. Thank you to our campus. We like the setup. And
Oh, it's a very impressive setup. Yeah,
No,
I love it.
thank you.
This is great. Thanks. Are you guys going to be able to hang around for just a little while if we can just kind
Yeah,
of get some people to
sure.
come by and
Of
take a look
course.
at it? So
we had some
maybe-
we had some students walking on by and they took pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
yeah. So we want to kind of promote what this guy
Yeah,
does. and
we'll be
everything.
happy to. Well, first of all, we're happy that we already did this. It was a great accomplishment for us to be here with you guys and create this content today. It's my first time, so
Oh, you did
uh,
great.
Yeah, it
No,
was-
sir.
thank you. But
Yeah.
thank you, Monty. Thank
Sure
you,
thing.
Thank
Rob,
you.
and we hope to work together from now on. We see a lot of things that we can do together for the students and also for the faculty. It will be a great relationship. Like I said, it will be a win-win. I believe that we can take a lot from it if we build this relationship from now on.
Sounds good.
As long as I don't get sick of my voice all the time.
No, please
He
don't.
actually can change his voice once in a while. He actually
Oh,
did
let
that
me
for
see.
Yeah, he
Let
did that once.
let me see. What can you do?
I could do some character voices, like I don't know if you watch like Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I can do like Meat Wild, Aqua Teen
wow.
Hunger Force #1.
Oh
Let
my
me see
god.
what's another one. If you'll watch Big Mouth, I can do Maury from like Andrew, stop doing that, Andrew. We gotta go watch the movie, something like that.
That's great.
He
I love doing voice acting. It's kind of one of my
He did one, him and Angus did, where we were revving back up our media and mind, and he did like a thing off of Batman.
Oh yeah, like Adam West. Kinda
yeah,
like,
the old Adam West movie. Yeah.
I like yes, Commander Gordon or Commissioner Gordon, a new Media Mind podcast. We on the way.
Oh my
Something like
god.
that. I know Darrell kind of liked I like doing like classic anchors or news hosts like the 1920s, like Newsflash 1917 in the year of our Lord.
Oh, that's so
I messed it up like
funny.
Newsflash in the year of our Lord 2022.
Oh,
something like that.
That's great. Oh, I love it. I love it. Well,
Yeah, we have a little bit of fun, you know.
well, it's always good, right?
Yeah.
We need that.
All right. Thank you guys a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for listening into this episode. You, the listener, are the reason that Media Mind will continue to create content to entertain you as well as be informative. I'd like to once again thank Karen Vegas for coming on by, chatting with us, and allowing them to use their new on-location podcasting mobile truck. I'd like to also thank the Media Market Connection team, as well as the LSC-Tomball team, for allowing this collaborative event to happen. Check out the description box below that includes links and destinations to our topics, as well as our guest speakers. Be sure to visit our channel and subscribe to LSC-Tomball Multimedia Services if you haven't already. This helps us grow our content and you get to hear all our lovely voices. Just before we go, I'd like to thank our producer Monty Darlin as always, and also our multimedia service team for organizing this together as well. The iMac Studio for helping us for this platform to create our work, and our website is lonestar.edu/tomball-mms.html. This is Media Mind, and we will see you in front of the camera.